Hello everyone, hope you're well. Soma here, the founder of the Career Happiness Mentor, and today I'm going to be talking about tips for helping mums to get back to work. And one of the reasons why I really wanted to do a video on this is in the group that I have, the private Facebook group, a lot of the mums ask questions about this. And I did do a short video for women in that group, but this is going to be a little bit longer and it's going to be a little bit different with some other tips to help anyone who watches this video today. And for those of you who don't know what I do, the Career Happiness Mentor helps women who are unhappy in their job, in their career, and they want to go off and find their dream job, dream career, and they need a plan in place. I need someone like me to mentor them to help them get there. I also help people with practical job hunting tools like CVs, LinkedIn, and interview preparation. So, as I said, this was quite a popular topic in the group that I have, the closed Facebook group. But I also was doing some research on this, and I just thought I would share my findings and research and give you a little bit of inspiration and, share this video with any mums that are looking for a job right now. Maybe they've had quite a long break and they just need a bit of a confidence boost, or maybe they're doing a part-time job that doesn't actually serve who they are. And they need something which is going to be a bit more engaging and a bit more interesting for them. Okay, so the first one is about networking. So number one is networking. So what I mean by networking, I don't necessarily mean going to networking events in order to find a new job or in order to find a job that you really, really want. This could be actually looking at the network that you have. So you can look at the network that you maybe have in your friends and family circle, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and ask around for anybody that works in a specific industry that you're interested in, and ask them, I'm looking for part-time flexible opportunities. Would you be able to help me? Can I send my CV along? Can you, get me in touch with the HR department? That sort of thing. And the thing is, what a lot of people forget when they're job hunting is that they forget to use the own network that they've established, either through old people that they've worked with or through people that they already know. Because, and this is a saying that I use all the time, and people are probably sick of hearing it, but I'm going to use it anyway, is that if you don't ask, you don't get. So, ladies, please ask in the network that you've already established. And if you feel that your network isn't strong enough, if you feel that your network needs to be widened, then there are things that you can do about that. You can join groups on Facebook, you can join groups on LinkedIn. I probably would advise more LinkedIn if you're looking for jobs, because you want to be looking for people who are going to be able to get you headhunted and going to be able to get you to the next stage of the job hunting process. Because the first stage of the job hunting process is all about getting your CV out there and filling an application form, and the second phase is going to be about interviews and possible assessments, because some jobs do require assessments and tests nowadays. So just think about the network that you already have, and one of the things that you can do, and I know for anybody who's watching this who is a mum, if you have 2 or 3 kids or even more than that, time is probably going to be sparse. So after that you've put them to bed, at night time, if you've got some energy then, just write down all the people that in a list and contact them. And if you know that they work in a specific industry that either A, you're interested in, or B, that you want to actually get back into because you've had a career break, ask them questions. There's no harm of you asking them and using that network that you already have. So the first thing is networking. The second thing is, and I mentioned a little bit already, flexible working jobs and looking at friendly businesses. And when I mean friendly businesses, I'm talking about the fact that a lot of people, when they are job hunting, especially if they're mums, they need flexible hours. They need to be able to pick their kids up, let's say about 2:30, 3 o'clock, depending on when their nursery or school finishes. And if they're going to drop them off in the morning, then they need to be able to think about plans of how they can do that. I mean, There are lots of clubs out there, like breakfast clubs, and if you have a babysitter, those sorts of things. I'll talk about that a little bit more, childcare arrangements. But for this main one, looking for flexible working conditions, and I know this isn't always easy, and the reason why this has come up quite a lot is because when I helped at a Mumsnet event last year, a lot of the women were coming back and saying to me, but Soma, I want flexible hours. I want to be able to pick up my kid at 3 o'clock or 2:30, but then I can't do that because if I have a 9 to 5 job, I need to have an option where I can also work from home after I've made their dinner and be able to do that. But they don't always have that. So what I would advise is I found a really, really brilliant website. I'm going to turn the screen around very, very quickly so that you can see it. Just bear with me 1 second. So yeah, this is what it's called. It's called the Talented Ladies Club, and it's actually a recruitment website. Well, it's actually a website where you can get lots and lots of information if you are a mum as well. But they have a recruitment site on here as well, recruitment websites offering flexible work, and that will really, really be able to help you. But I'm just going to turn the camera back to me. Bear with me. So that is a website that could really, really help you for that. But one of the reasons why this is so important is because with most of the mums I've spoken to, unless they have childcare or unless they have a nanny, they need flexible options. And I mentioned the second part of this, and the second part is looking at friendly businesses, because there will be some businesses, and this website especially is really, really good, where they will be able to give you opportunities so that you can work from home, or if your child gets sick, you can work from home, or if you need to go in a bit later, you can go in later. There are opportunities out there. It might seem like it's a little bit too good to be true, but as long as you're working hard in your job and you're able to produce the results that you need to in a part-time flexible way, then there shouldn't be any issues here, and there are opportunities out there, but you need to be able to look for it and be realistic. And the third one is when you get to the interview stage, and this is really, really important, I actually shared this in the other video, is being able to ask them in the interview if there are part-time opportunities, if you can work from home, as I mentioned, if the child gets sick, and the flexible hours, because not only would you maybe sometimes need to pick up the kids and stuff, you would need to be able to ask that in an interview, because there's no point, and the reason why I'm saying there's no point if you've been offered a job role, whether it's full-time or part-time, if you don't know whether you've got flexible hours. Because if you know that your job where you're working is about, let's say, 3-4 miles away from where your kid's school is, then logistically you're going to have to work out what you're going to do about that. So the third tip is asking in interviews, once the interview's over, obviously, in the question section of the interview, do you have flexible hours? Can I work part-time? What are the opportunities here? Asking them that. I mean, if you're going for a full-time role, even asking them if you can work, from home, that sort of thing. Because a lot of mums do it, but again, if you don't ask, you don't get. So asking, being clear on that, and knowing what you can get as someone who is a working mum, because there are a lot of working mums out there, and this is a video that is going to help encourage that, I hope, but also just give you some encouragement to really, really think about how to best deal with that. So that's the third one. The fourth one is childcare arrangements. Like if you have to work, let's say, till 7 o'clock in the evening, or if you know that your job is going to be more than 9 to 5, you need to have childcare arrangements in place, because otherwise it just won't work, right? Again, it goes back to the number 3 one of asking in the interview. If you know that you don't have any other family or friends who can help you, who live locally to you, then you're going to need to negotiate that and think about a job and your financial freedom versus your child's interests. And I'm sure you already know that anyway, but make sure that you have all those things lined up. I mean, those are the 4 main things I wanted to share with you. the networking, the looking at the flexible working and friendly business attitudes, the asking in the interview, you know, are there part-time and working from home options, and the childcare arrangements. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add 3 more tiny things which I took note of when I was doing my research that should really, really help you. And this is an add-on to the video I had in my group, because I know that not everybody belongs to my group, so this will be a couple of 3 more things that will really, really help you as well. The first thing is, and this is something that a lot of mums struggle with, especially if they've had gaps. When they're sending out their CV is maybe a performance or targeted CV, which means that it's targeting specific job fields, or it's targeting only their performance in the industry they worked in. So for example, if they were working in administration and finance, the CV would only center on that, as opposed to the actual skills that they have. You know, the skills could be team working, performance management, multitasking, whatever it is. So what you need to do is you need to think about all the skills that you have, and maybe even get a recruiter or a CV writer like myself to help you think about all the skills you have, so that you can make yourself marketable. Because if you're at a stage at the moment where you are a mum, where you're not getting any interviews, where maybe your CV isn't quite hitting the mark, then it could just be that you need to write a functional CV which will actually show the skills that you have, and which will help attract the employers that you want at your door. So, you know, it's really, really, really important that you craft a CV that shows your skill set. Very important, especially, and this is especially important to women who may be changing their career. So you might be going from one career to another, because whatever industry you might have been in before, there's mainly full-time opportunities. So you're not going to have that flexible working from home or flexible options of working a bit less, you know, in there. So it's really, really important that you do that. So that's the first thing I would say. A few extra additional tips of what I would say is make sure you know what format it's going to be. So I've mentioned functional. You know, you can use performance and targeted. There are no wrong or right answers with CVs, I'm telling you. It's just you've got to make sure that in your personal profile on a CV that you really, really sell A, what you're looking for, B, a little bit of your personality, and C, what makes you so special to be considered for a particular job role. Okay? So, you know, the CV needs to be up to scratch, and the CV format needs to be clear. So that's the next one. And yeah, I've already mentioned flexible hours and work options. And what I just want to add to that is a lot of women love being mums so much that they set up their own businesses. And what I'm going to say to that is that it's great, and it's definitely an option to think about. So don't dismiss it. I mean, I know for many of you who are going to be watching this, you're going to be thinking, oh, the last thing I want to do is start a business like this. And it's going to be so much pressure. It's going to be this, it's going to be that. And it can be a lot of work at the beginning, but if you want to have something from, you know, something flexible, maybe start a network marketing business, maybe, you know, start something like Avon, Tropics, forever. There are loads of networking marketing businesses that you can join and do that flexibly as you bring up your child. You can do that. Or if you want to, you know, if suppose you used to be a copywriter or you did something creative, there is no harm in you thinking about setting up freelance and doing that. If time is a setback for you, think about systems and think about ways in which you can manage that, and if you can hire anybody to help you set up a business, because it's an option that a lot of women, you know, they think about, but they just think maybe because, you know, they've lost their confidence and they've just been out of the game for a while, how am I going to be able to do that? But it is possible. You just need the right people around you to do that. So I'm going to leave this video for now. I shared with you 4 tips on sort of how you can get there. I'm just going to go over them one more time. I said networking, looking for flexible work options and family-friendly businesses in terms of they, you know, friendly towards you being a mum. Asking in your interview about part-time flexible opportunities and childcare arrangements. Those were the 4 main tips. And then I added to that a little bit about, you know, having a list of skills where you know which will make you marketable to future employees, thinking about the format of your CV and your personal profile, and knowing and thinking also about the possible option of starting your own business. So I really hope that this video has helped you today. One of the main reasons I felt so, drawn to doing this video is because a lot of mums get in touch with me. And yes, I'm not a mum, but I've had experience of being at Mumsnet events and talking to lots of mums. And my mum was a widow at a very young age, and I've seen the struggles that a lot of mums who are on their own have faced. And I know it's not easy, but I really, I'm all about female empowerment and helping women. And I think that as women, we should be helping others and encouraging others. And it's because I've had such a strong, powerful role model in my life that I have been able to be in the position I'm in. And I know that you want to create that for your children as well. So, this is really important to me to share that with you, but also because I want to support you and help you through my Facebook Live. So if any of this is resonating with you, if you are feeling as though you're called to want to maybe have a 30-minute career call with me, then please get in touch and book a call with me. My newsletter is now available, my weekly newsletter where I give tips about career unhappiness and job hunting. Please sign up for that. And if you have any questions, get in touch. As I mentioned at the beginning, I do have a private Facebook group where people can join, and they get lots of value from that group as well. If you want to join, you can go to my website and the link is on there. But for now, I'm going to leave it there. And as I said, any comments, any questions, please, on the replay, if you're catching the replay later, just comment below and ask me any questions. I would love to hear from you. And please share this with any mums that you know are really struggling right now, who need motivation and encouragement, because all of you wonderful women who are mums now, if you've worked before, you've got lots and lots of amazing skills, and you need to go back to work so that you can build on that confidence, but also so that you can, share your world and be better mums and be of service to the world as well. So thanks for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all again next week. Take care. Bye.